Hello Friendzies, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to whatever this is. I don't really know. Like I said in last week's video, I think it's just like a vocal stim that I do all the time because I'll just say it at random. I'll just be like, can I just say something? This dinner is delicious. So I don't know, I thought a couple videos of it being like silly goofy would be fun. Last week's video was like actually serious. If you saw last week's video, you know I said that it's a hill I will die on, that specific opinion of mine. And this is like, I don't know why I did it for Not So Berry other than just being silly goofy, but this is just like a handful of opinions that are like not that serious. Some of them are serious, two of them are actually serious, like they're real actual seriousness that you should listen to me, I'm right. And the rest of them are just kind of like silly goofy, and like if you want to talk about it we can talk about it, but if not, like don't take it that seriously, okay? I'm just a girl here to have fun. And we should just have fun sometimes. All right? I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me just get into the video. This is just like a couple like random things I want to like say out loud and like put my opinion on the internet. Does my opinion on the internet matter? Not really. Am I going to do it anyway because it's my channel and I can do whatever I want? Yes. So the first opinion I have, K-pop bullshit. Because you know that's what this channel has a big focus on, is K-pop bullshit. I think that Twice's newest album is not as good as Strategy, which is crazy because you would think Strategy being a mini album, you know, the full album This Is For would be better, in my opinion. I think we wasted Strategy on a mini album. And don't get me wrong, I think 4 is fantastic. Like, Twice is one of my, like, top girl groups. Not my ult, weirdly enough. They were my ult for a little while, but Red Velvet beat them. But I do think This Is 4 is, like, fine in comparison to Strategy. But then, like, based off of, like, other groups, Twice is still gonna be better no matter what. Like, that's just my opinion, how my brain works. But I think Strategy, the aesthetics, the music, the concept, the packaging for the album, I think Strategy is better in every way. Is that controversial to say? Like, our other Twice, our onces, that's what we're called. Are other onces gonna come, like, get my ass? I think Strategy was wasted on a mini album. I think we should have had a full album of Strategy. And to be honest with you, I think a couple songs off of This Is For should have been on Strategy, and that should have been the full-length album. Like, Peach Gelato, I want to say Batitude because of the aesthetics of Batitude, but I don't think I'm right. I think Peach Gelato and Seesaw should have been on Strategy for sure, and then there are other ones that I cannot think of off the top of my head. Oh, Heartbreak Avenue absolutely should have been on Strategy, and Strategy should have been a longer album. Strategy had the 3 concepts, and only... Was it Strategy? It was. Only one of them I didn't like. I didn't like the black and white, like, gauzy, misty effect where they all have the clip-on bangs. I didn't like that concept. There always seems to be one concept, and I think it's mainly a JYP issue because I mostly stan JYP groups. There always seems to be one concept that I'm just like, okay. But I think that concept would have fit better on the overall album if it was a full album and had Seesaw, because listening to that, it feels kind of Seesaw. I can see the connection in my brain. It makes more sense. I like This Is For. Again, don't get me wrong. I like This Is For. I like most of the songs on it. And a couple of them took me a few, like, listens. At first, I didn't like Batitude, and then I saw clips of them performing Batitude at their concerts, and I was like, never mind, I fucking love Batitude. But I just don't... You know what it is for This Is For? And the thing is, it doesn't matter how I feel about the concepts because the music is actually the main part of the album. Like, that's actually where the substance is. But I don't like the concepts for This Is For. The only concept I like is the one that is like what their digipack and confetti version, photo cards, and then the confetti version, like photo book. That concept, whatever the fuck is going on there, that's the only concept I like. I have a very particular aesthetic, okay? A very specific aesthetic that I like to dress and like on other people, like I find attractive. I have a very particular aesthetic. That is the only concept that I like. I don't like the blue outfits. Actually, I do. I like the blue outfits. I think they look really nice. I don't want any of the photo cards. They're just like not for me. I really don't like the office outfits. I think their hair, makeup, accessories look so cute. I think some of them are dressed like very well, but as a like the outfits as a group, which like K-pop, you look at them as a group, I think are kind of weird. I don't get it. And I don't understand where that aesthetic fits into any of the music. Because sometimes that's just it. The aesthetics fit the music. Just like as much as I dislike it, most of Stray Kids photo cards being them in just like black outfits and like black suits. But it fits to their music, in my opinion. Just like most of the outfits from No Easy and most of the photo cards from No Easy absolutely fit that album. That's like part of why that album's my absolute favorite. I don't understand where the suits come in for This Is For. I don't understand the suit concept. Maybe This Is For, like the, you know, title track, maybe that's what, like, because it's like women empowerment, which like I said that with the silly pose, but like I actually do like that song. It took me a couple times to listen, but after I listened like third or fourth time, I was like, oh, I get it. But I don't get the suits. The best concept out of the three main ones are the ones where they're just like in a parking lot with like this kind of silly outfits on, where they're doing like the standee where Momo's like laying on the asphalt but like lifting a little blue weight. Those I like the best out of the three main ones, but I still think, God, the ghost of Twice is choking me. I still don't love those, and I like the confetti version and the digipack version better. Also, I'm not gonna buy, I think the confetti version's fucking weird. I also think that the packaging, like the album packaging, is such a fucking downgrade from Strategy. You can't see it up here, but over on one of my other bookshelves, I have the two versions, I don't remember what the steps they were, but I have the pink and the red version of that album. I think the photo book in a weird bag, like the Red Velvet Cosmic albums came in a weird bag with the letters printed on the bag, but then like they're embossed on the album, but like unless you're looking, you can't read the This Is For because it's not highlighted in the colors like it is on the bag. I think that's weird, and I think that's a big downgrade, especially for Twice. Something about that is like weird to me, and I think it just like looks bad. But that's just my opinion. So, you know what else I want to talk about? I have a list just so I wouldn't forget what I wanted to talk about today. You know what else I want to talk about? Like, you know, because my bookshelves are in the background and have been in the background of my videos for like a while now. I'm trying to like realize if I'm centered or not. I don't think I am, but I'm gonna sit at this angle, which is a little better. I have been, you know, I have my bookshelves in my background, and I have been watching a lot of like random like book review and like literature and writing, like critique, kind of like a commentary videos lately. One of my favorites, which I am going to be talking about in another video, this piece of hair. One person in particular that I am going to mention, you know, although briefly, is Savvy Writes Books. I've been watching a lot of her videos, and there's another girl that I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I've been watching a lot of them lately, and I like see their bookshelves behind them, and I think like their bookshelves, you know, look really cool and interesting. And then, you know, I get book talk videos in passing on TikTok. I have a lot of thoughts and opinions about book talk. Are some of them based off my ex? So I like have an inherent like fuck you to book talk. Yes. I am mature enough to recognize that. I am self-aware, trust me. I am self-aware. But I have like, it's not an opinion, it is an opinion. I have an opinion, but I also have a question. So my bookshelves are not that cute. I feel like the layout I have of them are like not great because one of them is broken and has mainly like my K-pop bullshit on it. I'm looking into trying to get like smaller bookshelves so I can put my K-pop stuff somewhere else because it was never intentional for that to be like storage for all my K-pop stuff. But I mean, my bookshelves are not great, and the way I built them, I mean, not that they're not great. I love my bookshelves, but the way that I built them, like I did it to the picture that IKEA gave me. And then I was like, why would you even put a picture like that? That's weird. Like we follow the instructions, but this is what the picture showed on IKEA. And then right below this shelf, there's a shelf that's like bigger than this one, but like not, it's, I don't know. I just went with the picture IKEA gave me because I thought that was like the right way to do it. So I would like to, you know, one day get different bookshelves and change these. I'd probably still keep this one just so I could put like knickknacks and stuff on it. And maybe this could be the K-pop shelf at some point, whatever. Regardless, I have a question. My books are alphabetized. These are my main books. And then right here are my graphic novels. This is my manga. And then like bottom shelf of this shelf is like, I have a lot of books about like fairies and mermaids and like lore and history. That's there. And then the bottom of this shelf, like complete bottom, is my pop-up books. And then this shelf and the shelves below it are like children's books. So those are not, you know, alphabetized, but they're set by like Halloween, just like, you know, regular Christmas, Easter, blah, blah, blah. And then I have like board books on a shelf, right? But these are alphabetized. Why do some of you book girlies do your books rainbow other than aesthetic? That is my question. Because the thing is, I know a lot of it might be like being neurodivergent because like I live for visuals. I'm a visual learner, but I also need somebody to like kind of do it with me. So like I need the step-by-step visuals, you know what I mean? And you need to be showing me the visual while I'm watching it happen. But I know a lot of it probably is like visual, like just aesthetic and overall, but genuinely, not just like aesthetic, like the standard book talk answer you would give. Be honest with me. Are you actually able to find the book you're looking for when your book is just placed by color and not alphabetized? Genuine question, because I simply cannot imagine. And don't get me wrong, I love the aesthetic. I think it looks so cool. But I think if I did anything like that, it would be like on like a bookshelf that's like for display only kind of vibe. Let's say like Dream House, I have a library. That's where all of my books would be. But maybe there's like a bookshelf that I put in my living room just to like fill space because it was like an awkward wall space. I would do like fake books and do them by rainbow, or maybe like by rainbow in like a kid's room when they're like little, and like these again, they're not like by author last name. They're just like, you know, kind of most of these are just like where they're gonna fit. And like I said, I have like Halloween and Christmas together. Maybe I do it in like a kid's room that's like rainbow and fun because like, yeah, the rainbow and fun. Kids are trying to learn like shapes and colors. They don't need to know how to do the alphabet when they're that little. Genuinely, how are you finding your books when they're by color and not alphabetized? Because like, are you telling me that like, you know, this book that you're like, remember, you know, you read the book once, you like it, you kept it, and then you're talking about it with a friend and you're like, oh, but I know the spine is purple, so let me go get that. Like, is that, and mind you, the spine of the dust jacket, is that legitimate? Do you guys actually do that? Do my guys, gals, and non-binary pals really do that? Because I simply cannot imagine. And that's not even because I'm a librarian. I've been doing this shit before I worked in a library. Is that legit? Because like, what do you mean? How can you find anything that way? I'm not judging you like this. A little bit. I am judging you because I'm a bitch. I'm always judging. But like, genuine question. How do you guys find anything that way? I feel like I would never know where anything is. And then I'd be like, oh, I like it for the aesthetic. And then I'd get halfway through like looking for a book one day and be like, fuck this. I need to change it. Also, what do you do when spines are like multiple like colors? What if the spine of the dust jacket has like a design that was like working with both covers? How do you decide, like, where is the thought process? Please tell me, because I am super curious. None of my friends do it that way. Does Megan do it that way? Now I don't remember how Megan stores her books, but I feel like Megan might be one of the rainbow girlies, and I just simply don't understand. Bouncing back to K-pop bullshit. I just looked at my notes. I have a question. I wanted to say this on TikTok when it was like mainly happening, but it got to a point where I was like, I don't I don't need to comment on this. I don't need to make it a conversation. I honestly might make it a TikTok like after this, because you know what? Fuck it. Enough time has passed. And by the time this video goes up, I don't know what day they're going to Rome, but by the time this video goes up, the Stray Kids Dominate tour might be like over. I'm not going to dwell on that too much because I will cry. But genuine question. Might be because like undiagnosed autism, right? And I like miss the social cues all the time. When we were having the conversation, or like debate, I guess is what it turned into, about like, what do you wear to a Stray Kids concert that isn't black and red? Were people like genuinely meaning it like mean? Because I thought we were just asking, what are we wearing to a Stray Kids concert that isn't black and red, as like a like genuine question. If I don't want to wear black and red to a Stray Kids concert because that like, just, I don't, you know, that's not my aesthetic, that's just not what I want to wear, what else are we wearing? Like, what are people's opinions on what we're wearing? Because apparently that turned into like a big thing where people were like, I don't know if it was like actual stays or people that called themselves stays but are just toxic pieces of shits. I don't know, like, I genuinely have no idea where that got to like a problem. Why did it become such an issue? Because like I said, I haven't made like a video about this at all, and I like didn't like do a TikTok about it because it just got to a point where I was like, I don't need to comment on this. But I genuinely thought it was just like, hey guys, like, does anybody have advice if I don't want to wear black and red? Like, any ideas? Because I was looking at like outfit ideas, because in my head that's just it. I was like, I have black, I have some red, I could put an outfit together, I could buy pieces of an outfit, which I didn't really want to do. I really wanted to keep my outfit like as low cost as possible, just because I knew that I was going to be traveling to New York and stuff was going to cost money, and I didn't want to have like wasted money on an outfit when I do have a closet full of clothes. But it was a genuine question. I was like, for me, I was like, what are we gonna wear other than black and red? Because I don't want to wear black and red. I have a vendetta against the color red. If you know, you know. And like, I don't really like wearing black. I you know, I was emo at one point when I was a teenager. I did have my emo phase, and you know what? Everybody should have an emo phase. It fucking builds character. But I'm not there anymore. I'm a pastel bitch. As much as I possibly can, being plus size and having a very limited market, I'm a pastel bitch. So it was a genuine question for me. And I wore I don't know. Do you know? Did you see? Did you watch my other Stray Kids videos? This is what I wore. I wore my Selkie dress to day one. Also, don't support Selkie. They use AI imaging to create patterns now. My dress was bought for me pre-AI, but it was only like 2 months before they started the AI bullshit. So as much as Selkie is very beautiful and pretty, and like I get it, I have a dress, but like don't support Selkie. I've literally never bought another Selkie dress, and I never will. Not only because they're very expensive, but because now they use AI for pattern, like developing, creating. Don't fuck with Selkie. Anyway, I wore that dress because like that's me. And I tied it into Stray Kids, where like it's like it's Star Lost themed with like the makeup and everything I did, and the cute freckles. I did like, dressing as Star Lost, which I am gonna say, if I ever get to go to another Stray Kids show, I got to go to 2. If I ever got to go to another Stray Kids show, I would like to wear that outfit again. And then if like I am able to like continue to going to Stray Kids concerts in the future, I want to be known at the concerts as the Star Lost girl. I had this thought the other day, and I was like, listen, I have a YouTube channel. If you don't think I love attention, here I am. But I do. I want that to be a thing where I go to Stray Kids shows and I'm known as like the Star Lost girl. I would actually that would be really cool. Which is funny too, because Star Lost isn't even my favorite song. It's The View, which I do need to come up with an outfit that would be like The View themed. I have a green skirt that I think I can make work. But anyway, day 2, I wore this. Here's a picture of my outfit. I didn't take a lot of pictures day 2 of like me, and then the day turned bad because of the rain. But this is that was my outfit for day 2, because my best friend and I dressed up as Bokari and Puppy M, right? So still like pastel, still more my aesthetic than the black and red. And I don't understand where that turned into like a problem. I get that Stray Kids' main aesthetic is like black, red, white, dark blue. I get it. I love them despite that. That sounds crazy, but I do. I love them very much, and like I do still collect photo cards and buy albums and shit, even though like I'm begging for the days of no easy pastel, like soft boys in a field photo cards. I'm still begging to this day. Was it 8 that had them in like the cute outfits with the silly hats? That was close. We were getting closer. The outfits they wore for Paris Day 2 for, you know, the last end of the concert was even better. Like, we're getting there again, but I know the new album we're gonna have the black and red outfits. I just know it, and it bums me out, but I still collect them every time. It's just not my main aesthetic, and the thing is, there's nothing wrong if that is your main aesthetic. I just don't understand where I thought the person who made the video that I saw, and I know it's not like, I know it wasn't just one person making the video, but I know one person I saw that was like, hey guys, what are we wearing to the Stray Kids concert that isn't black and red? I assumed, and like I don't think I'm wrong, I assumed they were just asking like opinions. Like, hey guys, does anybody else have like another suggestion? Because I don't want to just wear black and red. I didn't realize it was going to be a big fucking hullabaloo. I didn't realize that was going to be a problem. And apparently it became such a problem. I think we're healing though. I think we're healing and we're getting somewhere new with all of this. So yeah. Okay, there's 2 more things I wanted to talk about, because one of them I kind of touched on briefly, so I'm not going to make like a whole nother section of it and make this video super long. But one of the other things I wanted to talk about is like Animal Crossing, specifically Animal Crossing New Horizons, because trust me, it's not about the game itself, because, you know, I also have my shared beef with the actual game. I do have my shared beef with Nintendo, okay? That's not what this part is about, because that could be a whole separate video. Also, I don't want this part to sound super gatekeepy, but like low-key it's a little gatekeepy, because like I'm very gatekeepy about my hobbies and my interests, because when I was younger and I was the fat kid in school, I was bullied for like a lot, obviously. Like, no fucking duh, I'm not special, I'm not the only one. But I was, you know, bullied as a kid. And then like, I've talked about this before, I come from an abusive household where like anything I cared even remotely about, I was belittled for it. So like, I'm very, this is mine, about things that I'm interested in just because of past trauma. I have been playing Animal Crossing. I had like a whole I think I have like a playlist about this where it's like I talk about like Animal Crossing and like lore about Animal Crossing and like my interest in it. But if you don't know, I've been playing Animal Crossing since New Horizons. I bought it accidentally when I was trying to buy Harvest Moon, got home, put it in my Wii and went, that's not Harvest Moon, and then played anyway, right? So I've been playing Animal Crossing since City Folk, and it is one of those things that is a special interest to me. I plan on getting an Animal Crossing tattoo at some point in my life. It's very, very, very important to me. It means so much to me. It's one of those games that like there was the kind of like a trend going on like gaming YouTube for a little while. I don't even know when, because I still have that Jacksepticeye video like bookmarked, because I do want to make a video of my own talking about like games that like changed my life. Animal Crossing is one of those games. It's a game that very much changed my life and is like super important to me. I get it, how everybody bought New Horizons in 2020 and then like 2021 especially, and it became the best-selling Nintendo game of all time. I believe that record has been beaten now, but at the time it was the best-selling Nintendo game of all time because everybody bought it because we were in quarantine. Like it made sense, and I was so happy. I was getting everybody into Animal Crossing. I was like, give me your friend code, give me your friend code. If you need an item, you let me know, trade with me, like this and that. I was getting everybody into it. Like I accidentally ended up with 2 copies. It was a whole thing. I honestly don't even really remember the logistics of it. I ended up with 2 physical copies of New Horizons, and I gave one to a girl I was working with because we were very friendly with each other. We weren't like friends, we were very friendly with each other, and I was like, please play with me, like I love this game. I was getting everybody to like be invested in it. I had like a mini group chat at one point, I think on Instagram, of like all of us like together. I was on Nookazon all the time. Like it was so cool to me that so many people were so obsessed with it. Like gaming YouTubers like Jacksepticeye that I was like super into and like really loved to watch were playing New Horizons. Like it was so cool that everybody was into Animal Crossing. What I didn't like afterward is where people, like, you know, quarantines lightened up, like other games came out. Like, I know, what is it called? What is it called? What is it called? What is it called? Among Us, that's the one. I know Among Us got super popular. I know that Minecraft had like another resurgence. Like, I know there were other games that came along, but what I didn't like is how everybody very much enjoyed Animal Crossing for a certain amount of time and then like not just stop playing it, because like I get it. I have my own Switch, they're over there. I have my own Switch, and then I have the Switch that I bought my mom during, you know, quarantine, that she also played Animal Crossing for a long time and she loves it. I haven't played my own Switch for Animal Crossing in like a couple weeks. I want to say about a month, but a couple weeks. I also time travel when I play Animal Crossing. If you have beef against the time traveling, that's a really weird thing to be mad about, especially when other people are doing it and you're not. But I've also been playing my mom's Switch because I started a new island, because I refused to get rid of my island, even though I wanted to do like a Stray Kids themed island. So my mom hasn't played in like 2-3 years. She let me delete her island. I have another one, blah, blah, blah. But where was I going with that? Oh, the part that I hate is when people not only, like, again, I don't care that people stopped playing. It's whatever. People come and go. It's not a game for everybody. It's a farming sim. It's a very, I know farming sim, it's life simulator. Is there a title for like errand running? Because that's what Animal Crossing is. It's very like errandy. It's very just like kind of daily check-in. I fucking love that. That's why I'm surprised it took me so long to play Stardew Valley. Like, I love everything about Animal Crossing. I have critiques of the individual games, of course. I have critiques about the Switch, about the Wii, blah, blah, blah. But I love Animal Crossing. Again, Animal Crossing like means a lot to me. It's when people stopped playing it and then wanted to like critique it. Yes, that's fair and valid, but like shit on it specifically. Like, I watched the Jacksepticeye like playlist he has of him playing New Horizons, and he gets to a certain part in one of the episodes where he's like, this is what I hate about games. And like, that is fair and valid, but I think a lot of it too is just like, I'm sensitive because it's something that I love. So I'm not saying that like he's wrong for saying that, because like, man plays games for a fucking living. He knows what he's talking about, right? I think it's just like a sensitivity to like his opinion not being the same as mine is something that I have a special interest in. But the part where he's like, I hate this, just make the dialogue shorter. And it's like, some parts of it, yes, I agree. Like, for the shop to buy like individual things, they should implement a thing where you like have a cart where you can check out a bunch of stuff at once instead of having to go through the same menu every time. But that's Animal Crossing. Like, that's the point of Animal Crossing. It's errandy, it's like meeting your neighbors, it's like community building. That's the point of Animal Crossing. And I don't like that people don't seem to get that, but then they also like dislike that. And again, I think a lot of it is just being sensitive about like people not liking something I like. That's why, as much as I can info dump about Stray Kids to everybody in my life all of the time, I know a lot of people aren't interested, and I know some people shit on K-pop because it's K-pop, so I don't talk about it nearly as much as I want to in my real life. That's why I'm so happy that like my best friend is really into Stray Kids again, and that's like Megan and I going to the concert. Like, I have not stopped talking about Stray Kids. She was there, she knows what happened at the show. I haven't stopped talking to her about it. Like, she has no idea. But like, when I can tell people don't really care, I don't want to talk about it, because like, I care and it makes me really happy, and I don't want to be bummed out that you don't care. So like, I get it with Animal Crossing, and like, everybody talking shit about Tom Nook. Like, look at me, I'm like sitting up now because this is so serious for me. People talking shit about Tom Nook, like, again, I get it. And like, Nintendo did make, like, if you don't know like the lore and the history of Animal Crossing, like, I get it. And I know Nintendo, you know, did like, you know, they make changes throughout each game, especially New Horizons. It's like supposed to be the most accessible Animal Crossing game that we've had. I think even more so than Pocket Camp, which I do agree with, which there's nothing wrong with things being more accessible. However, I don't like how many people dislike Tom Nook as much as they do. You can dislike whatever fucking characters you want. I don't care. But a lot of people like actively dislike him in like a kind of aggressive way, and like, it doesn't matter, he's a cartoon Tanuki, like, it literally, he's not real, it doesn't matter, but it matters to me because I know the lore. And the thing is, for anybody who plays Animal Crossing, can I just say one thing? I'm not even going to go into the lore. Tom Nook, though he goes about it in a weird way, gives you a home, will build it for you, will offer extensions for it, does all of the labor without interest. He's not a landlord. He's not a landlord. He doesn't come in like, I mean, and this could go either way. He doesn't come and do inspections. He doesn't come like bother you. He doesn't like claim that the property is his. He builds it for you, says this is how much it costs for me to do that, and then leaves you the fuck alone. He doesn't come bother you about the money. Certain things he's like, well, I can't do this until you pay this off. There's nothing wrong with that. Tom Nook is not a landlord. Leave him the fuck alone. I have experience with landlords and people that like own my housing that I live in, okay? Tom Nook is nothing like them. They all fucking blow. I think all of us can agree in 2025, especially if you live in America with the rent prices the way they are and like the state of the country the way they are, that landlords are fucking scum. Tom Nook is fine. He did nothing wrong. He's just kind of a weird guy. That's so serious for me. Like Animal Crossing is really serious for me. I'm sorry. Okay, and the last thing, sorry, I'm still laughing. The last thing I want to talk about, because it seems like today, I have a list of things, but I kind of just went into mostly like things that are very hobby related, so I think I'm going to stick to like the hobbies theme. The last thing I want to talk about that's like hobbies themed, which it's not very specifically a hobby, but it kind of is. Go to your local library. I've already made a couple videos like this where I like, that ends up being the main message that I'm talking about, but go to your fucking local library. Get a library card. One, because this country is a fucking nightmare and they've defunded libraries across the country, but go get a library card. Because again, I've said this in multiple other videos, but if this is the only video you're seeing of mine where I'm talking about this, go get a library card. There are so many fucking resources for you. Most, if not all, because again, I grew up in a library. My mom's a librarian. I grew up in a library. I also now work at a library. I kind of spent my life in libraries on and off. Like I've been around, you know what I mean? And I know I can't speak for everywhere in the country, especially in states that like their libraries are taking like heavy hits. But for the most part, library cards are free. The internet is free. There are usually chairs and spaces for you to sit and relax. They're usually air conditioned. They usually have their bathrooms free access. Sometimes you might need a key and you might need to ask the front desk. That's the one that I grew up in. There was a key and you had to ask the front desk, but also the bathrooms downstairs were usually pretty open, especially after school as a teenager. A lot of libraries will let you have food in there as long as you don't make a huge mess, and they usually have like a little section for them, especially nowadays. They didn't used to when I was younger, but especially nowadays, they have spaces for you to do that thing. They have books, which are incredible resources, okay? No matter what you're looking for, a librarian will probably go out of their fucking way to find the book for you. If we don't have it in our library, we will go above and beyond to find the book for you. And if we can't do it at the circulation desk, which is where you check out your books, where you can get your library card, you can come and ask us questions about anything. If we can't do it at circulation, we will send you to reference and they will go out of your way to find the book or movie or CD or audiobook, whatever. It is very rare that anybody has ever been turned away at a library because we just couldn't find something for you. Go get a library card. A lot of people are like desperately looking for third spaces, which is a space where you can just be without having to spend money, without having like this, that, and the other type of regulation. A lot of libraries, and I'm not going to say all of them because I'm also not somebody that has a disability that affects me being able to get into, places of business or anything like that. Most libraries, if not all of them, most libraries are, accessible. They have the ramps and everything like that. I know there's like other bits and pieces to that, but I know ramps are like a big thing for a lot of people with disabilities, which they should be, and they should be accessible. A lot of libraries are fully accessible. That is your third space. If you're looking for a third space in a library, that is your third space. A lot of libraries offer food and coffee and water. Not all of them. The one that I mainly grew up in and the one that I currently work at, we don't offer things like that, but we do run food drives, and we do run like collections for charity. We run things that like benefit the library and our community. We do concerts because we have like a little like grassy park. It's not really a park, it's very small, but we have like a little grassy area where we do like local concerts that are completely free. You can just show up and come hang out on the lawn. That is the third space that you're looking for. A library is your third space. We have the library of things, where I think this is a thing for all libraries, but you know, every once in a while there could be an outlier. You need to have somebody, you know, over 18 that has a library card. But we have a library of things where you can check out board games. You can check out yard games. We have, what is it, ladder toss and like giant Jenga. A lot of libraries have video games. We have a, not magnifying glass, a metal detector. They both started with M. We have a metal detector. We have like weird little things like that. Another library that I was at had like things for specifically for like crafting and scrapbooking. We have museum passes where sometimes it gets you in for free. Sometimes it gets like a % off. So like if you're kind of struggled for money, but you really want to go to like a museum of art, it takes off like a significant portion of like how much you have to pay. That is the third space you're looking for, genuinely. If you just need somewhere to like go and sit down, go to a fucking library. Most of the time, no one's gonna say anything. As long as you're not causing like property damage or like there's a noise complaint, people are gonna leave you alone. At most, someone might come up to you and ask if you're okay or if you need anything. But like for the most part, you're gonna be fine in a library. And if you're lucky enough to be at one of the ones that have like free food or snacks or coffee or whatever, there's nothing wrong with like engaging in that. You're not taking advantage. It's there for you. Just keep that in mind. Libraries are the third spaces that a lot of you are looking for. A lot of you just need library cards. And I also don't really have respect for people that complain about needing third spaces or being bored or like having nothing to do, but they don't have a library card. There's a difference with having a library card, but your library not being like super accessible to you, because there's ways to like get online and like, you know, you could get Libby or like audiobooks. But I don't have a lot of respect for people that like have, you know, the ability to get to their library and then don't have a library card, because like I don't want to fucking hear you complain. The library has pretty much everything. And this is not just, if I wanted to specifically promote my library and be like, please come visit me on Wednesday nights when it's so slow and I'm like dying and need something to do. This isn't even me promoting my library. This is promoting libraries in general, because like libraries are in fact our last defense against the fascist regime that is our government. So, oh, I slapped my thighs really hard. Alrighty, so that was this video. It turned into me like talking about hobbies specifically, which is like super funny because that's not where I was going with this. I just wanted to like throw out more opinions and be like, haha, are they controversial or not? Which again, I said in last week's video, I don't really give a shit if you consider it controversial. It's a hill I will die on. And the Not So Berry thing was more like, what are your opinions about this? Because like, I don't know. And make sure to go comment on that, please. Even if you haven't watched any of the Not So Berry videos, just come up with an answer and send it to me, because I still really want to put out feelers. I do have a Not So Berry video that's like not edited and not finished filming, but it's most of the way filmed. I don't know if I should just like post that and then like go radio silent again. I don't know what the vibes are, so please let me know on that video. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Let me know about the bookshelves. Like I said, the bookshelf girlies, the bookshops too, but the bookshelf girlies, let me know what are you doing. And just so you know, girlies is gender neutral. I need you all to be aware that girlies is gender neutral for me. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.